So hi everybody and welcome back. This is a full game tutorial series for absolute beginners. This is video 11, and in this video I continue with the widget because I showed you something wrong. Not really wrong, but I made something wrong in my last video. I showed you that I migrate a widget and I deleted all this kind because it takes too much time to delete all and find what it's wrong. Instead, I went back to this place. We have duplicated here this widget which I wanted. That was this widget here. And what I did is just I kicked out all that what I don't need. It was this menu in the middle. I kicked all these widgets out because he created this one with additional widgets, which I don't really need. And this button here was also created with a widget. And with that, I kicked also out all functionalities. So with other words, this name here, I think I forget to kick out this one. This one I don't need as well. It's just a variable. And all the other things are just things which I found here, I think. If not, I have to kick here a little bit more out. But this one was the final thing what I wanted normally in my widget. And then if you have something like that, right click and then asset action and migrate. And now you can see this one looks very simple because there are no references to blueprints, which means functionality, which loads other things, and that I wanted normally, and I make here okay, and then I go and migrate this one more. I kicked out the other one because that takes too much time just to figure out what is there and what's not. And right now I go to document, to Unreal Engine project, and where is that? My game, this mobile game component, and to content again. And I migrate, and you can see this one. We migrated this one. And here one more thing, one more info. You can see it is migrated. This one is this package. Now it looks very big and so, but actually it's just this one. All other are additional sources which I use here, because here the fonts I need, this symbols I need. I think there is one symbol missing. Yes, I think I should migrate one more thing, which is the symbol for pause menu. And to do this, I make this right now, because let's migrate this one as well. Where's the pause menu? Now I have to find these icons and I have no idea. So if you have no idea like me what you can do, careful, this is Unreal Engine 4 what I use here to migrate things. But here in sprites, no. Textures, yes. Here you can see you got here some textures, and I think I have this one. Let's see what I have here for textures. These are the fonts, not the textures. Here, this one. This and this I have, and what I need there. I need this one here, this pause menu, right? I have that, that's okay. This one and this one I probably don't need. Here is a strange sign. Can I use two? Anyway, I use this one here. This one I need. So let's migrate this as well. Right click, asset action, migrate, and here you can see it again to my folder. I'm already in the folder. Let's say okay, and successful. And then the thing what you have to do, and you can see it's already updated, and the thing what you have to do is later when you have this one, you should create, of course, make this a little bit bigger, here the right folders, and get it to your side. What I mean with that is, for example, textures. It's very nice. I can just go to my textures, move here. Because I have not created textures, I would create this. Let's make here set color. I need this one. And now I have this textures. And you see here this plus sign. I'm using source control later when I'm finished, not right now. And textures is okay. Let's make a font as well. I just take this one to my... I have not a font. Move here. Now I have a font too. Let's change here the color. Because this color is just an indicator that these are more important things, and there are sometimes externally things which are not so important. Let's see, textures is okay. Blueprints, I have not really blueprints. This one is a widget. This one goes here actually, which is here in my main menu. So I go here, move here. And all other things what you can see here is a kick. You can see this one, this oldest folder. Here, one more thing. This deleting in Unreal Engine 5, I don't know why it's not perfect. You have to do refresh anyhow. So when you go here, because I'm finished with this one here, I took all the things what I needed here in my place, and I can open up now this one here. And of course I have to rename this and so on, and I can use it. You can see that was made reusable very fast and easy. But here the problem is with sometimes with this deleting stuff here. For example, this is my folder. This is that what I don't need anymore. Let's delete this. And when I delete it and I say yes, sometimes it works. In this case it works. But sometimes I don't know if there are references, it's not working. If this is the case, what you also can do if you want to delete something, I will not delete something here because it's gone. What you can do is go to this option. Let me show you this one. Right click on it. And then go to show in Explorer, and in Explorer you will see then in content this thing what you want to delete, and then you can delete it in file system, how you delete normal files all time, and this one will definitely delete it. But it's normally you should delete it here, but if this is not working, use this technique. It works all time, because I had before a little bit problems with this other one which I implemented in the last video, and now it works very fine. It's okay. Good. With that said, so I have now this main menu, but I have just imported this one because when I start my things, you see here's the other one. The other one was just for test purposes, and I want to use this one, which means first of all I renamed this one here just a random number, because I want to give here this name now, this one here, because I want to use this one. So I rename this one. You see it becomes menu. It becomes my menu now. Zack, so easy. And this one I delete. This has here this quit. Again, when you see something like that, that means you have anything reference, which means in my case, when I open this one up here in Graph, I have made this executable console. Yes, my button here has this blueprint here. We don't need this. You don't need that. You don't need to do this. If you know this, you can directly delete it. For example, in my case, I did here something more. Let me see what it says. I don't know. I don't see it. Let's go for delete. There is nothing. There is no. Probably it is called. I made something wrong. This main menu, what I have, was called by my game mode. I forgot to say you that. When you see that it's saying it is referenced anyway, what you should do is normally, I forgot to show you that, right click on it. Then you go to reference fever. Where is this here? And then you can see if it's anything referencing to this one here. Right now, this widget menu, what I have created or imported, it's nothing. It has no incomes here, which means nothing is using this one. But this one here, my widget is using this assets here. These are the symbols and this kind of stuff. This is also, I should show you this before I deleted the other one, because this was called by the game mode, because my game mode was calling this widget, and that's why it's complained all time. Here I show you this, my game mode. I opened this one up, and here in my game mode, in one of my last video, I set this one up here, create widget, because we have now this one here. It was before the other one, and that's why it complains it's referenced in one of my blueprints and so on. All right, you can see how fast I made now a widget, which means I press here almost play. I usually won't play. Okay, we have here unresolved error in my game. Let's see what unresolved error we have here. And here it says constructor none, map game. My game mode has a game, but this map game has also a level blueprint. Oh, I see. This one is a level blueprint, which means that was also for test purposes, which means I can kick this, because I use my game mode to spawn something and not my game. If you have some problems, you see happens here. That was in my open level blueprint, and that was this map game. Here was I tested again code, and something like that happens. But I hope you understand. Now we are on track again. And when you go back to this planning, my little planning thing, it was this one, right? Not this one. This was the overview. We are here in the first block, all right? My other planning. Here in this, my other planning, I created here this game mode, my map and project settings. That was all in one. Then we created this main menu widget. This was this this test widget, which I kicked out and replaced now with this imported widget here. And this widget viewport was that one with this game mode, but I had test code in it. And that's why it complained, and you should not have test code. That's why we use also this project here, because we will only migrate later when we finished only that code, which is exactly what we use to our final project. You can see I have sometimes test coding, debug coding, and all kinds of things here sometimes, which I really not use. And yeah, that's why we make this. Okay, with that said, we can test it. We can start it at least, and you can see it looks like this. Yes. Okay, but here is no menu because I kicked out this buttons and all the things, which means I have to add here a menu. And in my case, I make here, again, here is one more thing missing. There was this little button here with the symbol. We can add this to a little menu, and then we are finished, almost finished with my widget, because the programming part is not finished. Let's make this one. But I added now my widget. You can see it's not too complicated. I reuse this now. I open this one up. I kick out this one. I open up my menu. You can see this one here. Nice. I reused a widget, which means I used an already existing one, but now I change it to my needs, right? You can change it. Sometimes you don't want to change it because sometimes you prefer probably a already defined widget, so you can use also the functionality. In my case, I kicked the functionality because I want to make it even simpler than what it was there, because there was too much for my needs. That's why I kicked just the functionality. Normally you want not kick the functionality if it's very good already, then you just add your references to this functionality and then it's it. And that would be finished already. Here I have additional work, but so much work, it's okay, I think. And let's try to finish this one. Here I want to make here this button with this symbol here, with this, where is this? Texture, yes, we wanted to add this texture. This will be my pause menu, something like that. I don't know even what this one is, coin menu or something like that. Looks more like a anyway, that's okay. Used also something like, I don't know, just randomly probably. And we make the same thing here. So we make here just a button, because a pause menu is a button, you can see it. And I anchor it there. That's okay. It should be not too big. It should be normally the same big like this one, but it's okay, so that your finger, it should be also not too small. Sometimes you want to click it fast, so that's okay. And my case, let's make this one. You can see I make it not super perfect, but that's okay. And the button should have here, of course you should make the style normal, and here I get this image here. I want to use this image here. I select this one. I use the shortcut, just select it, just press this one. Yes, that looks already that. Compile save. That looks very nice for this start test. It's okay. You can go here, start, and now okay. Then you see the next problem when you hover your mouse over it. You have you should notice that a widget button has here different styles. I mean click things. Yeah, it's called in style. You go in style. Here is normal, which means when you like it looks, then you need to set up hovered and press. I make it very short because I don't want to make this one right now too in detail. That's why I just copy this one. Let's make here copy, and then let's paste it. Paste and paste. These are the frees. You can make here much more settings. In my case, I make and for a touch screen, most time you don't hover it, you are pressing it or you don't pressing it. So I don't care about this hovered. This hovered is most time for a mouse. So you can see when I make it for PC, then it makes sense. You can see nothing happens now here. If you would now set hovered anything, let's make, for example, most time they they make here the tint a little bit darker when they hover over it. Not black, perhaps, but darker, like this. Oops, this one out. Compile, save, and now start. And now you see when I hover over it, it gets a little bit darker. It indicates that something. And when you press on it, it should, perhaps we give a fast color. Let's make this one also not too much. Let's give a fast color. This time pressed color is all time green, something you say. You can give it a color what you like. I give a green. And you see when you press, you see a green light here. That's good. That's okay for me. For my test is perfect. And yeah, this is good. Now we need just this menu here fast. And in my case, here is something like, what is this? Vertical box. Yes, we can use a vertical box and then place in some buttons, because when I press a button, I want just play and I quit. In my case, I start with just 2 buttons, play and quit. Later, I can add more. Like I said, this is the core. In this core, I want make the essentials. Play and quit is when you see the screen, play it, or you have no fun with it. That's it. Accidentally clicking. So I add here 1 button and I add here 1 more button, and you can see, and we use here fill and here as well fill, and I have 2 buttons, and of course I can button also give a text. So let's give a text here. Let's put here text 1, text 2. The first text I call play because I want play the game. Let's see if I find where the text is. Let's see if I can make here a little bit more room. Yeah, something like that. So here's the text which I work. Here's the text place. So I call it play. And the next thing is I want to make it bigger, of course. Where is the size or font? Here is the size, I think. Here's the size which we can change. Let's make it randomly so that it works. So this one, 100 and oops. Not this kind of stuff. This one here, I write here number, so I have this one and the same. I go for this one here. 110 was it, and I call it quit. Where is this here? On top, quit. And the next thing what I can do is give this color of this button again. You can do something again the same like before. You can make it a little bit cool and so on. In my case, what I do, I give just a tint, and later I go more in depth here. Right now, let's give it just some color. Don't know. It's anyway black, so we can use perhaps anything like this one. Great, let's take this one so I don't waste too much time. I take this one for test purposes. Of course, you can make this much better later in design and all kind of stuff. In my case, it is just this one. Let's do this one. Same here. Here I check here the back side. I have saved this color here. That's why I can click here it and then use this one directly. That's nice. And perhaps the tint as well for this. Let's compile first because we can test it fast. And you can see I see nothing. That's all time cool. There is something wrong when I see nothing normally. But here the color for this one here as well. Let's give it just for test purposes. I don't know. Let's give it a color. Because I'm lazy. Should we do this? No. We can give it... I don't know. Lay. Perhaps. Let's make something like... so. Yeah, let's do this one. Let's make it a little bit... no, not this way. Let's make it so yellow, man. Yeah. Something like that. Yeah, let's make it yellow, whatever, and do it here so that I don't waste their time. And here, of course, you have to do this hovered and this kind of style as well. Of course, you can make this much better. This one has 0 style, but that's not the point here. I want just... so here is a problem. Here it's not popping up. Where is that? Why it's not popping up? Because I use something which has a strange setup. This one is not popping up. Which means I have to check what happens here. Is here set up visibility? So the problem is when you are not do it on your own, you have knowledge what can happen. And in this case with visibility, it's set to hidden. Let's set it not hidden. Let's set it to visible. Let's test this one more time. And yes, and now we have again the problem with this covered, right? It's probably too big a little bit. You can style this later a little bit more. In my case, let's make it a little bit so. No, this not. Oh, perhaps yes. I don't know. Normally, this one. Yeah. Why is this not adjusting? Not adjusting. Why are not adjusting? Normally, this should go here in, and then let's see why this one is not doing that. Auto. Make it auto for a moment. Let's see, this one button is in holder. Perhaps I have to see if there is padding or something like that, because I'm not really the best thing. I don't know why this one is. Normally it should just go in and then adjust it automatically, but it's not doing in my case. Why? What is that here? That is a pause menu holder. I think there are two different things here. I missed something, yes. I'm here in the pause menu holder. Okay. And what I changed there? Text countdown or something like that. Okay, now I get it. Here's something else what he used. That's why it was not working, and I was wondering why it was not working. Now it makes sense. So now let's do it a little bit more. Like so. This text down counter, I have no idea. Let's put this, oh, where's that? Text counter here. This one, I put it outside and kick it later if I don't need it, because right now I have no idea what it is. And this folder here, let's make here. So what's that? I go here to this button. Let's make it fill. I go here, make fill. And of course this setting, and now it's okay, I think. Fill this setting. All right. So anyway, I wasted here a lot of time with widgets because I'm not so good. And here the size perhaps a little more, little now. Let's make it 90. Thing goes here also with 90. Not 900, 90. And yeah. So I think you get the idea. So, and let's compile save. I think that should be it. That should be it. Yeah, oh no, I have forgot the hovered. This one you can make much better this style here. I keep it later. Perhaps I add this more. But what I can do here is again this normal hovered and so on. What you can do here like before, you select a button and then you copy it, just copy and then paste. Paste, and the same goes for here. Here you copy and then paste and paste, and then you go here to this hovered, the normal again, and make this normal. You stay hovered a little bit darker. That works most time, not too dark but a little bit darker. And pressed, you can choose a color. I choose this color green again anyhow. Why I saved not the other color green, I don't know. But anyway, it's not very important. Here you have this green, which is okay. I keep this one actually. And yeah, and the same way you do with this other one too. Normally you could make one first and then copy and change just the text. That would be faster. I was again too slow, but whatever, it's working now too. Now I did this is okay. So here a little bit darker, and here the color, and that's it. And of course style later, it's this one looks not very good. Yeah, but it's doing that what I want. You can see this is not very nice, this thing. And anyhow, I have a problem. What was that? My mouse is not here anyhow. Why so? I don't know. Let's see. We have here plus quit. When I click here, it's going out. So there is one more mistake. And the mistake is when I click in the game, my mouse disappears, which means I have to use one more option in my game mode. So we found a mistake. We can solve this instantly, I think. And the thing is, you probably learned with widgets that when you are using your mouse, normally there should be show mouse cursor here. That's not even here. Where is that? When I create my widget, there is no show mouse cursor. Okay. In this case, for test purposes, I make a mouse cursor, while normally later I want perhaps just make touch input. Depends, but right now we can make this. You get the player controller, get player controller, and this is if you are make a single player, no problem. It's all time the same with index 0. Here you say show mouse cursor. Set show mouse cursor. Here you say what you want when this starts, and I want it to be set. And let's write a comment, show mouse, something like that, which we add. And that is that. I think there is one more option, which means yes. So here I'm showing there is one more options. You can anyhow bound this GUI or we or so something like that. And yeah, I don't know where this is right now, but that's not very important. So you can see now I set actually the widget in my last video, and I keep this as a very basic one. The only thing what I really did was this one, and you can see all the other things was set up. If I would set up now all the other things as well, you can see that would take time. That would take time, and yes, if you have time. Here one more hint. You can see this was set up. What I have here is very bad, but you can be more creative. I found a very simple way to set up this one in a very creative way, which is normally I could make this also, which means you just say for normal. For example, I show you this one here, the tint here. Instead of making any color, make no color here. Let's go here for no color, which is this one. That would, I think this would even look better than that what I created here. Let's make no color. But here, when we make this one, compile, save, and now you can see when I start, this one looks even better, right? That looks even much better than what I made with these buttons here, which means I will probably go for this style. Oh, that's much better. And it's finished then. I would even keep this one here because that looks better. And what I want to point out is some player use this style and integrate a background image, and then they add it to very creative in the background image. For example, there's a child here in the background image, a map road or something like that, and this play quit, they integrate it here so that you can play and quit there. And here they have an image which shows what a kind of game it is. But this needs again a very you need to able to draw a little bit, so you need to be an artist and know how to create this kind of stuff. I'm definitely not an artist. I'm happy with this little solution. The only thing what I do here, my last thing, is indeed I change this again because this one looks much better. Only the hover, yes, we have to do this. It's very fast. I copy this one here. Hover, it's not very important. Yes, it is, but whatever. Paste. Let's make it fast again. Paste. Let's do this one here again. Copy this one. It goes very fast. And after this one, what we do is one more step. And one more step is source control. And actually 2 more steps. We need source control, and we need to migrate the final product, if we are happy with that, to the final project. Like I said, this one is my test project. And this one needs to be migrated to the other one too. And you can save this in source control after all works with the other project. The other project should be tested as well. You can make there a test. Oh, I talk, but I do nothing. Okay, this normal stays, and this test, when I say you can package the final project and test all that kind of stuff what you tested here in this project, if it's working in the final project, but with package. So the package version you test, not the editor version. Don't test this editor version there, just test the package version, and that's it. And I think the only thing what I change here is pressed, and change here the color. It's still there. Okay, we test this fast. That's not good. That's better. Here's nothing. Perhaps I did something different here. This one here again, fast, normal, copy, paste. Oh no, this one, copy and paste. So if you want, you can do this kind of stuff. And here I changed the color here, perhaps. No, I changed not the color, but the text color, perhaps. Can I change here the text color when it's pressed instead of the button color? Oh, I don't know. Perhaps you can, perhaps not. So what I want change here is the text color instead of the background color. There is perhaps an option, color and opacity. Let's see this one. Yes, this one is changing the text color. Let's see. Oh, and this is impressed. That's okay. Let's test this. If this works, then I can take this one. But, oh no, that's not working. This is not pressed. Why I want it in pressed. I have set it up in pressed. Oh shit. Oh, sorry. This is not here in the option press. This is in general options. Okay. That works not, of course. Yeah, that's not so important. Anyway, what we do is, let me see why this color is not here. Why is this again different? I used this one here, I think. It's the same color like this one. But here it looks different. Perhaps I changed here something. Anyway, that's not so important now. Don't know. So what we do now is I play around with these things. Yes, a designer would make this in within some minutes, I think, and I need here some hours. And that's why you see I likely reuse more things and don't waste too much time with this. Anyway, that's one I can make offline and oh, wait a second. That looks not even same display. Okay, let's say this one is finished so that I don't waste time. What you should do now is, if this is real finished, migrate your thing here to your final project, then pack this project. We already talked about how you can pack. We already set up this packaging, right? And then test this package there. For example, this one is editor test. That's okay, but we don't know if it's working in our final product, and that's the problem. So I think I will make this editing here with this colors and so on offline. I will just change here the color again, same, and when it pressed, that we can see it is pressed, that's it. And then I will use again source control, save all this kind of stuff what you made, and then I migrate it to the other one, and then we continue really with the functionality. Normally I want to continue here with the functionality, but you see we set up a widget, a very super easy widget, and you see I have already problems with this little setup with display and quit. So when I have to set up this and this and this as well, that would even take much more time, and I'm happy that I set up only this. With that said, if you have any questions and any comments, write it in the I mean, if you have any questions or any complaints like all time, write it in the comments. And tips you should write as well, helps perhaps me or other people as well. And with that said, see you in the next video. Good luck, and like all time, don't give up, have fun, bye. And here we go.